Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Goodmen Show, GRAPS. This is
the weekly roll-up.
I'm Maul, that's AD. Just two dudes talking about wrestling. I'm live at the Barnes & Nobles because I ain't got no Wi-Fi. My man AD posted up at the Good Burger. We doing what we need to do. Appreciate all the love. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all that good YouTube stuff. Follow us on all socials at The Goodmen Show. Once again, all socials at The Goodmen Show. We got a good one for y'all this week, man. It's a lot that's been going on. Raw, NXT, and SmackDown all happened. We're recording this, on August 9th. So it's a Saturday. I think this is the new format that we're going to do. We're just going to have everything in front of us, and we're just going to talk about it all in one little fall swoop. AD having that shit over there. I see you, buddy. So
we just thumbing over here.
Yeah, so this is the week after SummerSlam. It's in the books. We start with Raw. I don't want to get into everything that happened to Raw. I think Raw was one of them school cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really it wasn't really hitting on none for real. So I don't really want to get into everything. I do want to get into the main event part of it though. Seth Rollins wrestled LA Knight. I guess they give us a little bit of crumbs by having LA Knight kind of wrestle for something meaningful, I guess. And he's in like the title picture, so whatever. I guess he's on Raw now.
Yeah, I think he's slowly moved over.
So there's no announcement, no nothing, like no trade, no big deal. Just LA Knight's on Raw. Okay.
Yeah. He's like, I'll work Mondays now.
Yeah. Well, let's get into, because basically we got a long road ahead of us. Because Seth Rollins will be holding that belt, I think, maybe until WrestleMania and probably past WrestleMania 42. Because, they believe that's the philosophy. They believe in, these main titles. You need to have a kind of 4 or 5 plus month run with the belt. Yeah. But, someone that's that we're building the show around, like a Seth Rollins and all that, they feel like, I can just tell they feel like he's due for a long ass reign. And I think what they're trying to do is maybe get him hated to the point where it's like, basically the fans are going to be like, all right, bro, we're done. Please take us out of our memory.
Yeah.
Take us out of our misery. And then that's when, we'll get whoever will beat him. I don't know who'll beat him, right? How do you feel about the upcoming Seth Rollins reign? Just kind of how it started.
In the moment, I was like, oh, this shit crazy. But it's like, bro, who do you put him up against?
Mm-hmm.
Like, outside of you already did. You're probably, I see it happening. I just don't know when. I see a fatal 4-way.
Right.
Roman, Punk, LA Knight, Seth. Roman loses, of course. LA Knight's going to take the pin. It's like you only really like good storylines, bro. You don't have. Bro. I think it's going to be mid. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I concur. They just don't set up for their big stories, it's like very obvious that they want to like, and maybe this is just because I'm a longtime viewer, so I understand like trends and everything like that, but it's very evident how their long-term stories that they're trying to build, they're going to do those stories and there's not going to be any twists and turns before you get there.
Nope.
Right? There's not going to be any roadblocks. There's not going to be anything like there's just going to be people put in place just because you have to put people in place, right? You got to, you got pay-per-views, PLEs that you got to do from now up until WrestleMania, right? Because I think for sure it'll be, Roman and Seth.
At 42.
Like, at 42, easily. I think that's what they're building for. Maybe they'll do him and obviously they inserted LA Knight because they're giving us a little bit of crumbs with that.
Oh, I already see it. I see it happening. I already see it.
What's going on?
I think somebody's gonna win. They gonna because they got. I think
Real
they have
quick.
4 more. Yeah.
Real quick. Hold that thought. I gotta go grab my groceries from the door. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm back. Sorry. Anyway, what was you saying, AD?
Yeah, bro. I don't think they don't like with this reign that Seth has, bro. I think it's gonna be mid, like we already said, but they need a draft because the only 2 people you see like trying to that you could see in that his reign is 3: LA Knight, Punk, and Roman. And Roman, then he finna go shoot Street Fighter. So
that's WrestleMania, bro.
Yeah. So
ain't that just gonna
put the title on him.
Am I wild? Just real quick. So I was watching Armageddon 2008 the other day. Just randomly, I was just like, you know what? Like I was, looking on Netflix.
See, you're using that VPN.
hey. I was looking on Netflix and I saw it, and I was like, let me watch it because I remember that's when Jeff Hardy won.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at that, bro. I was looking at that card, bro. Top to bottom, that was a WrestleMania card, and they did that at Armageddon. Like at least at that time, bro. First of all, obviously you had the WWE Championship match with Triple H, Edge, and Jeff Hardy. Okay, that's a WrestleMania main event. Then you had Chris Jericho. I'm talking about prime Chris Jericho, at least prime heel Chris Jericho versus John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's a WrestleMania.
Dang.
That's a WrestleMania main event. Then you have Randy Orton versus Batista, just for the vibes. That's a WrestleMania main event.
Then, yeah, I'm looking at it too.
Then they had CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio for like a Intercontinental qualifier match.
Yep.
Just those 4 matches alone. And so I think
you had heavy hitters back then.
Yeah. And so this is my theory, right? And I think this is what kind of goes towards the thing that we're talking about. Obviously, back then, those pay-per-views, you had to pay, $40, $50, right? Each pay-per-view. Yeah. I think WWE has kind of gotten, ever since, they've been able to just secure streaming dollars with these PLEs. And this is past Triple H, right? Even like, the later Vince years. Ever since they've been doing that and stopped the model of, people got to pay $40, $50 for a pay-per-view, I think they have been very bullish and just like, okay, no, our big angles, our big action is about to happen at either SummerSlam or WrestleMania, right? And I think that's what we about to have here. I mean, ever so often you might get a title change here and there, a mid-card belt or, You might like a 2% chance. You might see somebody pick up a win for a world belt, and then the women's belt gets moved often because at least at that time it was only basically one division, right? So I think they're about to do away with that too. I think they're about to start having like longer women's reigns now that we got mid-card belts. But I just think, bro, it used to be, per pay-per-view, man, people used to lose their titles, you know what I'm saying? Like Randy Orton used to have it, okay? Then John Cena would beat him. Then the next month, okay, Edge would get him. Then, Undertaker would get him. And then Triple H would get him. And then, you get what I'm saying? It was more of a
I'm glad you said that. And this is why I feel like now, like with this, how wrestling is now, you're not going to see them like them double-digit title reigns.
Yeah.
No, that's dead. That was dead. It's dead.
Right.
Charlotte's going to be the last one to have that type of, because she's 14 times, I think. And shit, I don't know. She's going to get one, but I don't think she's going to pass her dad or Cena.
No, she'll get more. Charlotte will get more. She's just doing a side story right now.
So by the time her career ends, she's gonna have 18?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
she gotta win the title 4 more times. She still got like 6-7 years left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be the last person to do that. Because look at Roman. He only got 4 reigns.
No, Roman got like 6. Roman got 6 because remember he won it, then lost it the same night. Sheamus cashed in on him, and then he beat Sheamus again. Excuse me, he beat Sheamus.
He's 6 times.
Yeah, he's 6 times. Yeah. So, and Rollins is 6 times too. But I mean, yeah, and so I get that we are in, and I think maybe that's why my thought processes with this era is so much different and how I feel, because it's just like, and I think maybe this might have been an era way before us, right? Like, the reigns of like Bruno Sammartino and like like Hulk Hogan and all them, like they just had long ass reigns and just everything in between that was, but like the era that we grew up in, dudes was losing these titles left and right. But I think that also, I get why they might have stopped doing that, because, you don't want to hot shot the title or whatever. But I also think it helps legitimize your crop of guys. Because think about, these dudes are legends because they won these titles and they had these titles and they had like these rivalries that were like crazy. And like, the heels used to go above and beyond and try to screw over the baby faces. And then the baby faces used to try to do anything in their pot. Like it was a fight. Like it used to be at a point in time where I was like, bro, is Batista ever going to beat Edge, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like it used to be that. And so now you fast forward now to where we are in, our wrestling landscape. And I think these long reigns, and also I know they did this in NXT, but see the thing, especially with Triple H, right, in NXT, but the thing with NXT back then was, that's only an hour show and you had so much packed into that hour. And then on top of that, they didn't have takeovers every month. And they only had takeovers like
every, like when it was the big shows.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like once a quarter. Right. So I can see why, you wanted to legitimize dudes and have them have like 3, 4, 5 month reigns or whatever the case may be. And I would be okay with that. Like if we started normalizing like 3, 4 month reigns, I think that's a good compromise for me. But these like monotonous, like even now, I don't think Cody should have that belt for another year.
It looks like that's the plan.
Yeah,
It may, and this time it may be even longer.
yeah. I don't think he needed to do that. I think to give him more edge and more like, even though they won't do it, but like I know he about to go up against Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre should get him. Maybe not at Clash, but at what's at the Clash? I mean, honestly, a Survivor Series, right?
I was
Let somebody else do. Let somebody else do more games.
They have 4 more. They have Clash, something in September, and I know they're going to Australia in October, and then Survivor Series. So I don't know what the second one is.
I think he should get them in October. I think he should get them in there and build that rivalry, bro. Because you gotta legitimize these dudes, bro. Because it's that's why Rollins. That's why I don't feel like a big deal that Rollins got the belt. It should feel like Rollins got the belt and it's a big deal, but it don't because.
Crown. So they actually have a month after Clash, and then Crown Jewels in October.
Yeah.
So yeah, they won't have nothing no time soon until October, which is good. Let build some storylines.
Yeah, and then like I said, maybe that October one, maybe Survivor Series. I think Drew should get them because, bro, you're feeding guys into other guys, right? And so you're just delegitimizing dudes. Like I said, if we're supposed to be building just an overall roster, and if this roster is supposed to be the best that it's ever been, right? If WWE is supposed to be, quote, the best that it's ever been, we need more balance. I understand the Roman thing, and that was like real good. But even during Roman's thing, some of them kind of, it felt like Roman's thing hurt WWE more than it helped it, because really the big storyline beats in the Bloodline story was more of the infighting than him having a rival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that Brock Lesnar shit was forgettable. They did that thing in 2012, and like the only thing that you really remember is that Brock flipped the ring. All right.
Yeah, at
SummerSlam. But then you had the whole bloodline. They had to come together to flip all these tables on top of him just so he can win that last man standing match. So it made Roman look weaker. You get what I'm saying? So I don't, outside of the Cody stuff, right? Outside of them infighting, outside of, Sammy turning, and outside of the Usos turning, and then Jimmy then turns on Jay and all that. Outside of infighting, what are we really doing here, right? So I think that's, take a look at all the other what's names in the past, like other factions in the past. I just use Evolution, for example. Even though Evolution was a thing, they had all that stuff going on. You remember Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. There was a defining thing there, and it was happening within it. Triple H would lose. Triple H lost to Goldberg, right? Even though he had that reign of terror, don't get me wrong, but he lost to Goldberg. He lost to, let me see, who else he lose to? No, just Goldberg. He was tripping. Yeah. He was tripping. But I just think, Randy Orton with legacy.
He lost to the, to CB, and I'm not talking about Chris Brown.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Give you that. Redacted.
Yeah, redacted.
And I think, but that's just what I'm saying. I think the delegitimization of the roster and how they just kind of lull you to sleep with these angles, and it's also like they lull you to sleep with like, you just know that none of this matters until Mania is about to hit. Like you're like, what's the point of watching? If I don't watch from if I don't watch from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, what am I truly going to miss?
Nothing.
You know, and
Nothing.
it's been like that, bro. It's been like that.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking, bro? Because you said it on the stream. I think now, bro, and even watching Unreal, they're more on the impressions on social media.
Yeah, they're viral booking.
Yes, that's all it is, and it's like it sucks, to be honest, because it's like, bro, y'all are better than that. Like, but well, I would assume, but it's just like I think they want to be so pop culture based that they're sacrificing actual good storylines for moments. Like they didn't even show barely any highlights of SummerSlam besides Brock coming back on SmackDown last night. So it's like y'all just want to be viral so bad, and it sucks. But that, bro, it's shit. It's the times we live in. Everybody want to be viral.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. So all in all, I think they're about to feed, they're feeding CM Punk to the Vision. They're feeding LA Knight to the Vision, and CM Punk can survive it. I don't think LA Knight can. I think this is like the last. Maybe they stretch this out. Like I said, I'm gonna give them one last little bit of grace. They got until Money in the Bank to do right by LA Knight. If they don't do right by LA Knight or by Money in the Bank, we might as well go ahead and chalk it up, champ. It's over. But he's getting fed to the Vision. That's definitely about to happen. They're gonna come out on top. CM Punk is, he's gonna get fed, and then Roman Reigns is gonna come to save the day and win the belt off him at WrestleMania. It's evident. It's so clear. It's never been more clear than it's ever been. I mean, outside, if he does beat him, if Seth does beat Roman at Mania, then it's just like, yeah, that's just Triple H, and that's his guy. That's his favorite. So it is what it is. But
yeah,
I don't see how this honestly, I don't see how this builds Braun. I don't see how this builds Brunson, right? It doesn't.
That's why I don't want nobody else to join that group.
Yeah, it doesn't really. And we might be too early, but I don't know. I just, from what I've seen and all the tea leaves and stuff like that, it's fodder. It's just feel like, I don't know if you ever watch anime, but it'd be, between like two big storylines, two big arcs, they'll have filler, which is just some random shit. Like it'll be, your favorite character, they just playing baseball one day or some shit like that. But they'll do like 5-6 episodes of that. That's what these weekly shows feel like, bro. We just get into the big shows. That's just what it feel like.
And bro, and shit, especially now, what when Monday Night Football crack, they finna lose a viewer.
Well, shit, they already losing viewers. I mean, I know they did the thing on Netflix when they first hit globally. Mm-hmm. They had like 5 million, bitch, and then it's been dipping, bro.
Yeah,
because ain't no point in watching. There's no hot angles going on. There's no chaos on TV. It's very streamlined. Look, and this is the last thing that I'm gonna say. When we was watching, because I had Big D with me. We was watching Armageddon, and she was like, she saw the difference because she saw the stage and the pyro and the everything that went with it, and she was like, yeah, basically. The era that we grew up watching was more of a artistic type of era. And now it's just more corporate and clean.
Yeah.
And that's just what
definitely.
It's just it's more streamlined. While the other one is more gritty and artsy, and it's basically, we're watching we're watching a Marvel movie before Endgame. Excuse me, we're watching a Marvel movie after Endgame, while the other ones is like, while they used to do, I don't know, I can go on this all day. Anyway, so yeah, Rollins, I won't be watching Raw to see Rollins' reign because I know I'm gonna be disappointed. So we'll wait till WrestleMania for me to care about that. You spoke about him, so let's talk about him. The Swole Diddler.
You know, bro. Bro, once he was gone, bro, there was no need for him to come back.
Right.
And John said it last night. I ain't choose that motherfucker. Triple H, bro. You're not fooling anybody.
Bro, I don't think it's Triple H, bro. I don't think it's Triple H. It's people above that. Like, bro, it's real life a bottom line that they gotta meet, bro. Like, back then, I'm gonna get, bro, because look, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they're in lockstep, right? They're in cahoots, right? Because he got to still do business. But back then, it just used to be, okay, Vince. Any decision that's made, anything that's done, it's Vince. That's it. But now, you got the board, with TKO and all the dudes on there.
I think how this happened, bro, because they was like, he got cleared by WWE legal. TKO was like, you know what? Sure. This has nothing to do with us because we're not in this lawsuit. We bought y'all after all the shit came out. Mm-hmm. So this is your choice. That's why the UFC still does what they do.
Yeah.
Unless it's like this is what I'm gonna say. If they were like, I think if it was, because the thing of it is, the whole like Vince thing, it's not even like federal shit. It's really civil. So it's like Vince not gonna go to jail. He probably just gonna lose out on hella money. So it's like how Nick Khan said it. He said if ain't nobody in jail, if ain't nobody if he ain't facing no time, hey, I don't care.
Yeah. I just, for me,
I just don't think it wasn't needed, bro. Like,
yeah, it just like once again, it's my theme. This is gonna be my theme for the show. It delegitimizes the roster because what happens is, I thought we was done with the part-time era. I thought we was done with that.
Thought we was too.
When you really think about it, outside of Brock in like 2015, really look back at from 2015 on. So from 2016 and on. Really look at it.
Yeah, shit.
Do you really think has been overwhelmingly like, yeah, they need Brock?
No, because in that whole time, I could say he had like 3 good matches.
Right.
One was with AJ. The other one was Daniel Bryan. And I think that's about it. So in 9 years, I can only say you've done 2 good matches. You're not fucking needed, bro. Because you know why? There's somebody in Orlando who's better than you.
Better.
Who you could build just like that. How you had him as the next big thing from 2002 to 2004? There's somebody just like him.
Yep. Easily. Better talker.
Better talk.
Better in the ring.
And I'm only 25, 26.
Yeah.
Take your old country ass back to that farm you live on.
Yeah, I just, what I'm saying? Like, it's not. I think the best work that he did, though, was definitely that 2022 time when he was beefing with Reigns the last time, and he kind of showed up more, and that was cool. But, bro, especially now, like.
Okay, 3 matches. The one at SummerSlam with Cody. I'll give you that one.
With who? With Cody
at SummerSlam in 2023.
Right. But
it's still bad.
We're taking spots it's just an ever evolving problem, bro. And it's been like this, but we're just taking spots we're legit. Like now it's showing more than ever. It's showing more than ever. It's getting bad now, bro.
It's more showing like I don't believe in my roster.
Yeah, it literally. And it's so crazy because they believed in their roster, 2023, 2024, and made stars. And it was like, wow, yeah, this is really good. And people were tuning back into it. And like, we're back to where we was 10 years ago. And I don't, it just, he's about to have a match with John Cena. They're both 50. And
you already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You already know what it's going to be. So it's like, bro, why? Nobody asked for him. Don't nobody want. All you F words who start that word that rhymes with maggots, bro, get off of his dick, bro. He's not good. He's never been good, bro. All he is an entrance music and a couple F5s, bro. Like I've looked at
back in the day.
Oh yes, 2002, 2004. I'll give you that.
Back in the day. He was great back in the day, actually.
Yes, and you did what you were supposed to do, and you left because you got burnt out. Then you come back 2012, bro. Your last, like, you've been here longer, and you've gotten worse, bro. Bro. Once all that shit happened and Brock was gone, bro, I was like, there's no need for Brock no more. Yeah. There's no need. And then you motherfuckers that be on the internet fantasy booking, they was like, oh, Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Not gonna happen.
That's gonna happen. I give them that. That's gonna happen.
They were like, Gunther versus Ilya, not gonna happen.
That should happen.
It's not. Like, it's not. 3. I don't even know who. It's just, bro, I don't see a need for him in 2025. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't either. And once again,
because he's not going to lose.
Once again, you got to think about this, bro. That's like, when we was kids, that's like if they decided to put, in like 2007 or 2008, that's as if they wanted to bring Macho Man Randy Savage in part-time to fight like Randy Orton or something like that.
Yeah. I just don't. And
it's like winning titles too. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It just don't. We're going against like the antithesis of what this is supposed to be. Like this is supposed to be. They're just making it too top heavy, bro. And then there's a tier. Right? There's a tier of like the attractions, right? So that's Cena, Reigns. And now Lesnar's back, right? Those are your attractions. So at any point in time, if they snap their finger, they're going to get a main event spot. Then you got your top guys. So that's Cody, that's Seth, that's CM Punk, that's Gunther, right?
Jay.
I think Jay went down a peg, but
yeah, because I
think Jay is like the service guy. So Jay, Damian, Drew, I'm putting LA Knight in there. Those are your service guys. But yeah, it messes up your hierarchy of what's going on, and it doesn't really show. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to see, even when he was announcing his retirement, I was like, yeah, we don't need to see another John Cena and what's the name match. It's just, it's ugly. And so, I read a report that they brought Brock in.
Edge was still here.
Yeah, I'd rather see that because at least Edge can still go. But
yeah,
and that's more like, bro, John Cena and Brock is so like manufactured compared to like John Cena and Edge, John Cena and CM Punk, John Cena and Randy Orton, right? Those are rivalries. Those are real deal. Yeah. While the other one, with Brock, that's not really a rivalry. That's just, they had a couple matches. Brock squashed them, and then they never really finished it.
No, like when he came back in 2012, they had had the match at Extreme Rules. Then they just went their separate ways for like 2 years until that whole Suplex City stuff came around. And then you ain't seen them since. So 11 years.
Yeah. So I that's what I think. It just it's frustrating as a viewer. And then, of course he doesn't pop up to SmackDown, right? So then we're going to get Cena versus Logan Paul. That clash at Paris.
Bro, WWE is destructive. You fucked up his heel run.
Oh my God. Look, before we even get in, let's talk about that, bro. The way that they did that was so stank. And the fact that they hitched that on like two dudes who are not going to show up weekly to your TV, right, was so crazy. Like, I have no problem in them doing a heel turn. I wish they would have did the heel turn at Mania, though. Like, I wanted everything else to play out. Like, literally, the Cena wins the chamber, how he won the chamber. Like, okay, he's getting desperate. It's showing that he's getting desperate. And then, Cena and Cody have a knockout, drag out match, and it's crazy. And they got to do whatever they need to do. And it gets to the point where Cena got to do what he got to do, and he low blows him. Like, they knock down the ref or something. Cool, but he low blows him. That would have been a way bigger moment.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a way bigger moment. Okay, and then he's healed and then does it. And then, okay, he drops the title at SummerSlam. That would have been perfect. And then he turns face after that. I would have been cool with that. But the fact that they retconned it, and then they even drug R-Truth into that. So you have something cool going with R-Truth. I'm not saying R-Truth need to win no championship. But you got something cool going with R-Truth. He has some edge. You finally have a character with some type of edge, with some type of, chip on their shoulder, something. And then he's back to just being a comedic guy. Just like that. AKA nothing matters. You had him call Cena when they did that match, the tag team match at Money in the Bank, when he came back. He called Cena the match. Mm-hmm. And it shows the type of intensity. They had him cut his hair, and he said, I'm about to do this. I'm driving now. I'm the one, I'm about to do me.
I'm not R-Truth. I'm Ron Killings.
And now we back to just being R-Truth, bro. It's a waste of time, bro. If you don't watch the shows and you just go PLE to PLE, you're not missing shit. It's not must-see TV.
Mm-mm.
This was a bad week, especially coming off of a pretty decent SummerSlam. Just overall, I'm not going to speak on NXT because NXT, they doing their thing, But, bro, we're not even furthering storylines. And then, Brock might come out in Paris and F5 Cena, and then Cena probably will lose to Logan Paul or some dumb shit like that. It's just a waste of time.
I think, like, bro, you don't do your greatest of all time like that, bro. On his way out.
Yeah.
Like, you need to build, like, I could have seen him,
And they knew he was retiring. It's not like he didn't come out.
You knew it.
Announce it.
He told y'all in June of last year to now.
Yeah.
So you had ample time to be like, all right, maybe we put John with such and such. Like, hell, like, I mean, Jacob's already established already, but that could have been something. Logan Paul's not going to lose any credibility, bro. Like, he's still going to be the same smog, arrogant motherfucker. Like, that doesn't do anything for Logan.
Right.
Like, how y'all had Solo squash him a couple years ago or something like that? Y'all could have built on Solo at that.
Bro,
you had him
that Solo shit was such a waste of time. They had him they had him go and squash with, and then we wasting main events, him and Cody, SummerSlam. Bro, they should have did Roman, what's the name, 3 at SummerSlam, bro, that year. They should have did it then, but
Triple H is slowly killing everything Roman built.
Well, Roman ain't there, so he kind of can.
Yeah.
If Roman was there, I think it'd be a different story because people like Roman that's above Triple H's head. But he's not there. He's doing his own thing. So,
and he really don't. He ain't. He like, bro, I'm trying to get this Hollywood money.
Yeah. So he moving on. He moving on. I mean, that's how that works, though, bro. You make WWE has to be okay with that, bro. Like The Rock, even before The Rock, right? Hulk Hogan tried to do it, but he was just trash. They tried to, you get them to a certain level, then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not about to keep beating up on my body. I'm about to go to Hollywood, right? All the top guys did it. That's why you keep building new dudes to take their place.
Yep. That's how you had the John Cenas, you had the Edges, you had the Rey Mysterios, you had the Eddie Guerreros. You had all of them that you could build on and to be like, all right, we're going to put them. This is our future right here.
Literally. And I think, we lost the plot on that. Still on SmackDown, because this also pissed me off. Supposedly at main event, they did Carmelo Hayes versus Axiom before the show. You telling me we couldn't put that on the show?
Still is backwards, bro, and it don't look like it's gonna be backwards. Why is Melo saying give me a shot to his own company? You are that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all put y'all put all the emphasis on, that's the first round draft pick from NXT, bro. The glasses have to come off.
Nothing matters.
You don't, bro. Shawn Michaels did an impeccable job of building Carmelo Hayes to what he should be on the main round. I don't world championships aside, bro. He should be near that United States title.
Or just wrestling every week. God damn.
Yes, God damn, bro. It goes back to, and then I'd be reading the comments about like, Melo should go to AEW. No, he shouldn't. Because guess what? The reason Swerve worked like organically, but then afterwards you really don't put him in any more opportunities. He's gonna lose to Okada. So it's like, y'all, I just, how Trick is right now, bro, should definitely, like, Melo should be doing, not saying like going to TNA or nothing, but like how Trick is letting you know I'm the shit and still doing underhanded things to keep his belt. Melo can talk, bro. He can wrestle.
Bro, Trick is very Booker T-ish, and I love it.
Yes.
But, yeah, bro, even if, I think that's the other thing. We don't get the matches on TV like that, especially SmackDown, right? Because also both shows don't, it used to be, Raw was kind of, you have a match here and there, but Raw was more of like a talking, the
hoops was on. The hoops was on.
The hoops was on. So I'm trying to figure out why we lost that, because I used to remember they used to kick off the show with wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
They could have kicked off that show and set it off with Carmelo Hayes and Axiom, like we've been saying in our campaign, bro. Just let the dude go out there and perform. Okay. Like I said, we even though we want titles and everything, we're cool with working with it. Let him go out there and perform. Get the people behind him. Just let them see what he can do. That's like having Rey Mysterio on your roster back in the day. Like the reason why Rey Mysterio got over the way that he did was because they had him wrestle, bro. They had him go out there. Oh, we're kicking off the show with Rey Mysterio. That used to be their
yes,
their
they would do
go-kart.
the intro. You'd hear to do the intro. Michael Cole and Taz would say their little thing, and then you hear the Rey Mysterio music.
Yeah, let's go. And you watch that every week. Then you got used to him. Then you like, okay, yeah, you want to see more. I just don't understand why we lost the simplicities of that, right? And
Every show, we starting off with a promo, 15, 20-minute promo.
Oh, and it just no variety, no nothing. And once again, Carmelo Hayes. Okay, so we could have saw him wrestle fine. He could have wrestled right, won, then try to go up to Nick Aldis and be like, "Hey," and did that angle. Because then then on top of that, why are you asking for a United States Championship match? We have not seen. So then it don't legitimize him that way. Because like, why should you get one? Like at least
It'd be like, what did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? At least if we saw you and we saw you get busy and we saw you win and do your thing, okay, bet. Yeah, he deserves one. But anyway, so he goes and he tries to ask Nick Aldis. The Miz comes back. Now, I will say this. I love the Miz. I've always loved the Miz. They used the Miz in the same role for LA Knight, where they gave him, like, this was LA Knight's first kind of main roster feud. I would like them to do the same with Carmelo. Like, okay, yeah, they try to do the tag team thing. Miz is in his way. This is how we get the Melo face turn, and bing, bang, boom. You know what I'm saying? If they play it out like that, I'll give them a little bit of grace. But yeah, it's been frustrating. Last year, bro, we was wrestling against Cody, man.
First night.
We was wrestling against Cody, man. We was having a little bit of motion here, man. But we look like we belong too. That's the other thing. We look like we belong.
And somebody was like, that botch move with the botches happen all the fucking time.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Trick, bro, stay away from the main roster.
Yeah, bro, I'm just starting to think like, bro, let him stay there. Him and Over. That goes to our next thing.
Over there, bro.
You wanted to talk about this. This goes to our next thing.
Y'all don't know how to legitimize black male superstars. And I'm not gonna say women because you know what? Y'all have done well with Bianca, Naomi, Jade, and even Sasha when she was there. Well, she lost all the time, but she was still a character. Like if you think about all, like y'all gave Kofi that, and that motherfucker Brock, you squashed him in 40 seconds.
We did all that hard work. We watched every week. We watched them in them gauntlets. We did that Kofi Mania thing. We watched. We campaigned. I mean, all that hard work. We was geek just for us to lose in 30 seconds. It didn't even sniff the title picture since then. Look, and this is the other thing, right? I would have been cool with it. I would have been cool with him losing. I would have had, obviously I would have been like, oh man, I wish he didn't lose. But if they would have gave him a match, and he actually
you treated Kofi like a jobber, bro.
Yeah, bro. And once again, delegitimizing the roster, bro. So you can't look back on this era and be like, man, they was stacked, bro. They had this, then a third. But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Bro, if you think about it, Big E got over for being Big E.
Oh.
And
he only lost because Roman Reigns got sick.
That was it. Big E would have had that belt till Mania.
Yeah. The man only lost because Roman Reigns got sick. And then they panicked and put Brock in there which they really didn't have to. We could have got a Big E Bobby Lashley feud. Oh.
Bobby Lashley to be like, bro, when y'all was trying to do something with Apollo Crews, bro, y'all had him with this weak ass Nigerian accent.
Chai. Stop.
You had him in this weak ass Nigerian accent.
They pulled him too early.
Bro,
they pulled him too early from NXT, bro.
Way too early.
Oh my God. He couldn't even get,
early.
bro. He could have been an NXT champion, bro. Like they could have gave him. He only had like 4 or 5 matches in NXT before they pulled it, bro. Like they took him out too early.
Bro. He was he debuted at TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015, and then he was on the main roster at April of 2016. Yeah. So that's what, 6 months? 8 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he couldn't even develop into what y'all wanted. Y'all was like, you know what? Let me just go grab this nigga. That's all it was. Because Apollo was getting himself over at NXT. He didn't even fight for a title.
Nope.
Or he did.
He did.
One time. But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just a problem. And I think, like, y'all, like, that's why I be trying to tell people, bro. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. Like, Melo not going, bro. Just look at Private Party, bro. They won it in AEW. Them motherfuckers won the tag titles, and you ain't seen them since. Like even Ricochet, bro. Y'all did all that, and Ricochet don't even get no opportunities. All his character is getting slapped upside the head and called ball.
Even when he was in WWE'S, that's another one who should have stayed in NXT longer, bro.
Yep,
that's another one.
Like, and then that's why I'm like, with Oba Trick right now, bro. Just don't.
Oba Trick,
and I know they
Javon.
Like Ricky's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. I think how he is, but see, I feel Ricky could be fine, but it's under that Triple H. Maybe he may get a little pull because he's Cody's boy. He may get a little bit more opportunities because he's Cody's boy. So that you just, bro, you don't have anybody else. Like, if you look at the Dark State group, y'all should kick the white boy out. He don't even fit. It's 3 niggas and a white boy. Yeah. What are we? Is this power? What are we doing? Like, that's what I'm saying. I just, like, in wrestling, bro, it's hard. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Fuck it. We're going to get some bread, bro. We're going to find some finances. We're going to start the United Negro Wrestling Association. Fuck it. All y'all come to us, bro. The United Negro Wrestling Association, bro. UNWA, bro. UNWA.
Nah, for real, though.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
Only niggas. We're gonna segregate this wrestling company.
You know what? We've been talking about how things are bad. Let's talk about how things are good. NXT hit. NXT be a breath of fresh air. I'd be waiting for Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'd be waiting for Tuesday, bro. That's all I got.
Our soul sister gonna be up there real soon.
You talking about Soul?
Yep.
I think that's still too early. I think it's too early, bro. She still got 2 feuds left in her, bro. She got the feud with Zarya. That needs to happen. And then for real, she can go after she can go after that NXT title.
Take it off of JC.
Well, maybe not JC, but maybe. I don't know. But
I think Jordan Grace is not going to be champion. I think she's just doing her.
I think it's too early for her too.
Think of it as like when a number 1 draft pick has to go to the minors.
Yeah.
In baseball, that's Jordan Grace's thing.
Well, I still think it's too early.
But SmackDown's roster is kind of ass.
Yeah, but okay. That's not going to change anything. Like, bro, the reason why people have all of this mileage, right? The reason why people People clamor for them, like a Carmelo Hayes or somebody like that, because they do their thing in NXT, and people see them at like, a high, basically the highest level that you could be at NXT, and they see them consistently do high stuff and do different angles. They had, Trick and Mello at the barbershop, just different character work and, different promos and everything like that, right? So then when they get on, like you see what it can be. So then when they get onto the main roster, then when they don't do shit, they still have that cult following behind them because you made a fan out of me back then. I'm gonna stick with you. If they bring Jordan Grace up, Jordan Grace still does not have that cult following, bro, because she hasn't done anything in NXT.
That is true.
You know,
she's lost a lot.
She's lost a lot. So you haven't seen her get to a level to where we can get behind her. So if you put her and bring her up to the main roster right now, already they ain't writing for shit.
Nope, because they're doing Julia bad.
You know what I'm saying? They're doing Julia bad, and Julia's a fucking home run.
Like, bro, I think Stephanie, bro, her shit. Honestly, bro, I'm like, wrestling aside, she's done great. But I think Booker doing that with her move helped out a lot.
Yeah, it did. But even with that, you still saw her at a high level performing.
Yes.
And even like Julia, she was also, because she got hurt, right? So that was another thing. So then she gets hurt, then she tries to go after the belt again, loses, and then, okay, bet I'm gone. There should have been more rivalries with that. The thing with Julia was the thing with Stephanie was she had like a cool little like dominant run. And it just looked like, bro, there's no way she's about to lose. And so then
she was putting on bangers too.
She was putting on bangers, so then it's just like, nah, she's ready to graduate. Well, I think Julia, she needed a couple rivalries, bro, to get up there. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't ready yet. And that's what I'm saying. They pulled Grace up there. They pull, God forbid, they pull Blake up there. Like, Blake need to be a piece of shit heel champion.
She needs to be there for a year.
For a long time, right? Just for her to connect to audiences, bro. You know what I'm saying? They can't pull these girls too early, bro. Like, they can't pull, like, it seems like they pull these outside signings out too early, while like the other girls, like, Jada Parker been there for a while, JC Jane been there for a while. So it's like, if JC Jane, now she's hit that level, right? So if she was to go up, it makes sense for her to immediately be put in like an Intercontinental or United States Championship, program, right? Jada Parker, she still needs some time, even though but she still needs some time. Lola Vice, she still needs some time. Kalani Jordan still needs some time. Lash Legend still needs some time, right? Those are your homegrown talents. But you need to utilize the outside signings and mix them in with your homegrown girls and then take it there. They don't need to mess that up. That crop that they have right now, none of them need to be called up until like 2027, to be honest with you, bro, because they're not ready. Because they're not writing for shit. Because they're gonna put what you gonna do? You're gonna bring JC Jane up just to feed her to Becky Lynch? Who wants to see that? Nobody wants to see that.
And JC been putting on good matches too.
Yeah, she been because she finally hit her stride. And then that thing needs to implode with Fatal Influence, like her and Fallon Henley or whatever. Something needs to implode there. But we need to take our time. If we're gonna, gone are the days where people from NXT used to come up and it was like, oh my God, these people from NXT, because they ruined that as well. You had that black and gold generation come up, and pretty much most of the stars from that black and gold generation are the women, right? But you had to do that out of necessity because at the time you only had the women's championships on Raw and SmackDown, right? So what are they going to fight for? So you got to put them in high profile situations by default. But the dudes, okay, so gone are the days when People knew these people things. Like they had this crazy, super duper cult following where people knew these dudes' theme songs and was singing their theme songs when they came up, right? Bobby Roode, for example, how they butchered him. Bobby Roode should have been out of there. You know, it's they're not doing that anymore. Have them in your development as long as you can have them because your roster, you're not building and it's top heavy as hell anyway. So what are we rushing these people up here for? Ethan Page, I think got another NXT championship running him. He shouldn't leave. Ricky Saints should stay and try to get him a championship. We should not be rushing them. They got plenty of people on these rosters on Raw and SmackDown to fill up that they're not using. So then they're just going to bring these new dudes in and not use them. Hell no.
Yeah,
to not use them? No. They shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Because it's like, bro, it defeats the purpose of what y'all have NXT for.
Yeah. And they're not doing NXT like how they did back in the day where NXT was essentially like its own
It was its own brand.
Yeah, like now they put the emphasis on development while, back then you had to be ready to be on NXT. Like, ain't no time to develop, nigga. Like, nah, Adam Cole, nah, you know what I'm saying? Finn Balor, nah, Kevin Owens or whoever. Like, when them takeovers
Kevin Owens, I think he was only there for like 6 months, maybe.
Yeah, but he was ready though. Some people are just naturally ready, while others are not. But
I think Ethan, what he should do, bro, it's just he does too good work, bro. Ethan is good.
The people that are in NXT do not need to come up until 2027. I'm telling you right now, because I'm looking at the next year. They're too log jammed to try to bring somebody in to do something, bro. It's people that they brought up last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that ain't on shit that they need to develop.
Meechin.
You know what I'm saying? That they need to develop and build as characters, bro, before they sit up here. Because this class that they have right now down there, I would say that it's probably the best class that they've had.
Women-wise or just
women-wise for sure.
All right.
Easily. But men-wise, if we're talking like what, your top 5 dudes, so it's Trick, Oba, and this isn't in any order, but Trick, Oba, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and Javon Evans. Yeah. Bro, those are 5 bona fide WrestleMania level stars, bro. Easily, all of them can be world champions.
And I already see what they're doing with Jasper.
Exactly, but
he just started.
He just started.
He just started.
So your top 5 guys,
but you already see like he held his own against Oba.
Yeah,
and Oba just really started wrestling like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago.
Crazy.
Hell, I didn't know Trick been in the WWE system since 2020.
Yeah,
because he was one of them Nigerian dudes with Apollo Crews.
Yeah, but I mean that makes sense because when in 2021 when NXT 2.0 happened, he was there. So
yeah. But
I'm not rushing, bro. I'm not rushing till I'm not sending these dudes out until like 2027 because there's still meat on the bone down in NXT. It's still more development that needs to happen, bro. Before you sit up here and just try to do something for a cheap pop and log jamming, bro. Because it's not the same. It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same.
And I think like now, y'all did that whole Sopranos ending with Tony D'Angelo. I think he should have got some opportunities to be NXT champion.
Yeah. Honestly.
Like, bro, you had him in there with Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
In 2022.
Yeah.
But
so
it's
No, they have not been proven over the last like 3-4 years to properly develop new stars outside of women, honestly, because and once again, they only have but so many opportunities, so it is what it is. Like, you know, Tiffany Stratton, right? And even Tiffany Stratton is kind of you know, but they're gonna force that issue.
Yeah.
You look like I said, you look top to bottom, bro. You look at the main event, right? Braun Breaker is the only one that they're trying to, over the last 3-4 years, that they're trying to really push, and they're going to develop him, right? So it makes sense. A lot of it has been start and stop. They start and stopped with Theory. Just when I was getting on board with him, right? They stopped and started him.
I got Grayson Waller was actually good too.
Grayson Waller was doing they was doing the Grayson Waller effect with him, but now, he's a joke. That's over with. I mean,
and I think it's about time for
Gunther.
Yeah, but Gunther was already himself by the time you done fucked up my boy Pete. You done
Oh man, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, bro. Remember when they was the ones, bro?
Oh my God.
I remember I used to see them at Chipotle all the time over there in on Colonial.
Yeah, bro. Man.
They were supposed to be the future, and they like these. That should, like I said, you know, dudes don't got to be world champions, but you know, that's your tag team division. That's your undercard, right? That's your mid card, right? That's your Intercontinental. That's your United States division, right there, bro. Where dudes is just scratching and clawing and fighting to try to make it happen, bro, and see who could be the next guy. That's your division, bro. But you're not even.
It's built off of what, like, think of it as in like football terms. Like, maybe your defense is ass, but your offense is it clicks. It don't win. It wins you a lot more games than your defense does.
Right.
Let's add to your defense. Like, let's put some pieces around that. Because right now, what's holding WWE together. I'm sorry, it's really the women, because you have more people to look forward to.
Where do you think the WWE can go to get back to where we know and love it? Give me like 3 things that you think they can do.
Build more stars. Stop trying to go viral all the time.
Mm-hmm.
3, get some better writing. You should, honestly, bro, I know it's a show, so most people don't, you know, like, I couldn't be no writer. I couldn't. There's no way I could. Like, to do this every week for 365 days a year, I can't. The normal person probably couldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like, get some. It needs what is it? You need to rebrand. Like, you need to put somebody younger in these positions.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, like, and when I say that, because I actually know a writer. Well, I went to school. I was in the NXT program with him. He's an assistant writer in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Put more people who know about your product in those rooms. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody who actually is like, oh, I know how this shit goes or whatever. And I can't. No, bro, because honestly, bro, it's don't the future don't look bright, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like them 3 things I'm forcing it, to be honest, because I don't see it. I see it getting bad before it gets good.
Sometimes it has to happen that way.
Yeah, like how when it was from 2016 to 2021 to 2021.
Not gonna lie, 2016 was good.
I'm sorry. 2017, 2018.
Yeah, 2017 to like 2021 overall. Shit, 2017 to 2022 overall was definitely a shit sandwich. 2023, 2024, they picked it up. 2025 is like, eh. But I say after that brand split, 2016, man, especially SmackDown. Oh my God. Okay, well, those are some good points. I would say this. These are my three things. I think WWE needs to work on their presentation. And I know that sounds insane, right? Because obviously the production is out of this world, but that shit looks too clean. It looks too clean to the point where, and basketball has this problem too. It does not look like basically, the aesthetic and everything that go about it. It's too bright. It's too seamless. It's too whatever. There's not like a hint of grit. There's not like a hint of chaos, right? You know that, it used to be back in the day, oh my God, anything can happen on Monday Night Raw. It's alive. It don't feel that way, right? They need to go back to, in some way or form, to showing the grit and the violence and the like how football does. I think football, the reason why football is what it is, especially now, is they figured out a way to bridge like how clean it is to like, but they're still in their roots. Right? Mm-hmm. You watch the game, it still feels gritty, it still feels whatever. Like obviously the production of it, the scoreboard at the bottom, score bug and the everything clean. But it still looks like it's still at the end of the day, all right, bro, you behind center. Are you gonna make a play? What are you gonna do?
Are you gonna catch this pass? Are you gonna get a stop?
Yeah, you're gonna get a stop. Are you willing to fight for it? WWE it used to be kind of in that vein and don't feel that way. So production. 2, I'm with you on the writing. It does not feel like the soap opera like it did. I do not want my wrestling to be this like when they do an angle or when they do something, they always want to kind of go kind of mean girlish. They get in the ring and they're like, oh yeah, even the dudes, oh yeah, you don't know how to do your job. You know what I'm saying? It's mean girlish and it's not within the story. I remember Edge sat across from John Cena and said, yo, I hate you. But the reasons why I hate you is because of everything that we've been going through in these storylines. It's not because, oh yeah, I hate you because, you do this.
I want your title.
Or yeah. You know what I'm saying? Is I hate you because of what we have done to each other in these storylines.
Like how Punk and Drew was. Yeah. It felt like real hate.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 2. 3, they got to change the music. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. That's the other thing. And I think that, I think that goes into presentation, but whatever. You used to cut it on. It didn't sound generic. Them theme songs used to hit. You used to see people screaming on the camera. You used to see, the action, people going through tables, people hitting their finishing moves, people hitting clothesline, whatever. But that music used to hit and you used to be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Now the music is too slow. It's too generic. You can't get behind it.
Nope. Like how, Mark Henry shit. Yeah. You knew once that shit, it was time for business.
Yeah, once it hit, and even with that, they used to have performances like on SmackDown and shit, like 3-6 Mafia popped up, just stuff like they want to use all these Hollywood connects and all this other stuff, but don't know how to use these Hollywood connects and all this other stuff. I don't
Bro,
give a
'cause
damn
I'm
that they in
telling-
the crowd.
I'm telling you, bro. If they really wanted to put into that music department, they could.
Yeah, they could, bro.
Jim Johnson was putting out 17 song albums by himself. He was in that lab.
Yeah, it's just those are my three things.
And you know what, bro? It really does show how lack thereof of the music, especially during the Royal Rumble.
Oh, for sure. You don't know who the hell coming out.
No, Seth was like when he was in the press box at 40 for like the one before 40.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, bro, I didn't even know who half these people was until they walked out.
Literally, you don't know.
No, like you don't shit. Even like if I was just going to the Royal Rumble and I heard like fucking like Naomi's music is still kind of getting to me because it's like okay, but then you see like they spell out her name and stuff. But if I'm like just tapping in for the few times I'm be like, who the fuck is that?
Bro, you only know about these theme songs for real from like the main event players because they're being shown. Also, bring Titantrons back, you cheap bastards. Anyway,
Yeah. The entrance movies was the shit.
Yeah, bro. It's just anyway.
It's just everything just LED based, I guess.
With the LED shit, they had it right when they used to have the thing. They used to have a board, and then they used to have like the little LED wall down here. So it'll be your thing, and then they'll have like the people's logos or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they changed that. I think that was perfect.
They probably cut down on them graphics. Because if you think about it, bro, even the packages before the shows, they show them all during the pre-show.
Man, that's another thing, bro. But that goes into my presentation thing, bro. I'm not invested.
Mm-mm.
I'm not invested.
Like, that's why I don't even. That's why, like, and then the pre-show, bro, you could throw some matches on there.
They could.
3 hours, bro. Shit, that shit long as hell. Bro, ain't nobody trying to hear nobody talk for 3 hours and then for another 4 hours listening to motherfuckers talk and you got to watch the show.
Literally, if we're gonna have 5 match cards, just throw up 2 on what's saying. That would help your roster, bro. That would literally help your roster. And then what would happen is now people show out on them pre-shows and then people are going to clamor for them to be on the main show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I think it's just becoming a lost art because there
you go.
And it's a lost art. And it's across the board because shit, some of these TNA songs be like ass. AEW songs be ass. It's just too generic. Like Lash Legend, bro, that Project Pat chicken head gotta go. Like that bootleg Project Pat, bro, it's gotta go.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I'm like Lash. And I know she don't get to choose. I know she don't. Like, bro, when they took away Nia Jackson's theme song, the one that she had when she was first coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sheamus, bro. Y'all done changed Sheamus song about 4 times.
Bro, it should still be Lobster Head. And that's what you just don't. It's not like that. Oh, they on TV? Like, let me hurry up. Even Rusev, his shit is so bad, bro. And it's so long. It's so like it's just like you feel disgusting just like looking at that shit or like. It used to be Rusev, Moscow, or whatever it is. And it's like, bang, okay, let's play.
And then, like, bro, man, AJ's is cool because, I know that you had to put. And then when you changed it, the shit was ass.
Yeah, that shit was ass. But, you got a couple people who still have, like, CFO and Jim Johnson stuff. But overall, Def Rebel, they have, like, a 10% hit rate.
And that's very low, bro.
That's a 10% hit rate. Anyway, I know we're talking about specifics, but we're just that much of fans, folks. We're just that much of fans. If I was to give this week a grade, NXT definitely was real good this week. So it gives it like a 6-piece nugget. We'll throw that up on there. 6-piece nugget.
No fries or drinks.
No fries, just a 6-piece. You know, you need your light little snack or something. That's it.
Yeah, you know, get you some carbs or something.
Yeah, something. You know,
all
a little sweet and sour sauce. That's it.
Yeah, man, it's like this, bro. I like you said, it's sometimes it's good, but if they still getting money, bro, they like they say, bro, like on the wire, bro. Crack gonna sell itself.
Yep. It's gonna sell itself, man. You put it in that package, just change it up. Still the same shit.
Still the same shit.
So that's it.
Man. What happened to the game I love?
Yeah, well, it changed, man. It changed. Well, that's all I got, dog. That's all I got.
That's all I got too.
Yeah, bro. Well, folks, appreciate all the love once again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all that good stuff. Follow us on all social media platforms at The Goodmen Show. Once again, at The Goodmen Show. This has been the weekly roll-up, baby. We'll see you next time.